What's up guys, in this video I wanted to go over an ion cannon build for Amara. This build is absolutely insane. It is going to easily let you solo Slaughter Shaft, the takedown on 4-player difficulty, and just any AM4 activity in the game. It is absolutely crazy the amount of damage you can do, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But before we get into the video, I want to say real quick, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. If you've been a subscriber, you've probably noticed that I've changed my channel art, so I hope you guys like the new channel art. I know I really do, but let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I just want to really thank you guys for hitting 500 subscribers. It means the world to me. As I said before, the goal for 2020 is to hit 1,000, and we are in the month of January and we're at 500 right now. That's just crazy. Thank you guys for all the support. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel out, really helps me out, and I would love to have you around. The next goal, like for now, is 600, but the major goal obviously is 1,000 in the grand scheme of things. Again, thank you so much for all the support, and let's get into the video. So starting off, this is a build that I would call it the Ionized sniper build, but I have pretty much perfected it at this point, and it is insanely good. So I have an EMP5 right here as the main weapon. This is good for mobbing, but I'm using it for movement speed because obviously the ion cannon is a heavy weapon, so it's super sluggish to carry around. So I'm using this to move around faster when I need to get to place to place. Next, I have the ion cannon right here, obviously with the anoint axe skill in that does 100% more damage, and it's a ×2 variant. Now this could be better. This right here and the other stuff built pretty much lets you two-shot bosses. I am 100% sure if you had better anoints on this, you could definitely one-shot bosses. Next, I have the execute right here. This is really good. What this does is when you basically use your whole magazine and throw the gun to reload it, it applies a 50% damage debuff to the enemy. So that's just adding more debuffs on top of what you're already going to be doing with all your buffs. Going into a boss fight, if you have this, just unload it to 1. When you get in the boss fight, shoot the last bullet on the boss. It'll throw the gun on the boss. That's 50% debuff, and then go on your way doing your normal stuff to kill the boss. And I have a seller right here to proc elemental projectors. When I go on boss fights, I will switch to an elemental projector, but for main mobbing, I have a different artifact on. But if you want to run the elemental projector the whole time, you could. So next, I have a transformer shield right here with axe gun to give you bonus cryo damage. Cryo damage is really good against things like armor, and it's also just nice for freezing targets, and it's just 50% more damage, which is good. But the main thing is the transformer. You get 40% chance to absorb bullets, and this actually does absorb ion cannon ammo. So basically, somebody can shoot you with a submachine gun, and you get rockets back, which is really good, and it's 40% of the time. So that paired with the artifact is going to be really good for getting your ammo back. And as you see, we're not going to be using a Terrafy build. I don't like playing with Terra, so I try to make things around it. But if you want to use Terra, you could. But if you don't use Terra, you actually get more damage this way. But next, I have a recurring hex right here to get 50% bonus corrosive damage. So I'm going to be destroying armor. So as you see, this build is going to be really good in the takedown. I'm not really ever going to throw the grenade. I'm just using it for the bonus corrosive damage after I pop my action skill. Next, I have a phase archer right here to get max stacks after I pop my action skill. Plus, I'm getting splash damage with this and weapon damage, which is really good. The grenade damage is kind of pointless, but yeah, phase archer, one of Amara's best class mods, so definitely get this. Next, the artifact I was talking about, I have a deathless artifact, cut purse deathless to be exact. So when I melee enemy, I get 8% ammo refill, and then the deathless lets me get 100% more shields, but it reserves my health to 1. Plus, you get more recharge rate and less recharge delay, which is good. This is also giving me area of effect damage, which is really good. So this paired with the transformer is going to give me like 20,000+ shields. So I have 20,000 shields that are constantly giving me ion cannon ammo, and if I ever run low, I can melee people. With that being said, I can switch to a elemental projector deathless right here, so when I can apply axe skill element to myself, and I can do a lot more damage. I only use this in boss fights. For general mobbing, I would say the cut purse deathless is a lot better because you don't really need all that extra damage. But in boss fights, definitely, it doesn't even have to be a deathless, but I would definitely swap to elemental projector, and that's why I have the sellout, so you can proc your elemental damage to yourself. Going into the skills, I have 5 points of do harm right here. Do harm basically gives you your axe skill more damage after you consume your rush stacks. So we're going to be using ties that bond. So every target that's linked together is actually going to take this increased damage. Basically, if you shoot your ion cannon on one target, everything else is going to do a lot more damage. I have 1 point found tapestry right here just to keep stacks up. You don't really need this, but I feel like for 1 point to get down to the bottom, this is probably the better option than the other two because you're never going to need to reload. Then I have 5 points of restless right here to get more cooldown rate. Obviously, we want to be getting our axe skill back as fast as possible. I have 3 points of transcend right here to get more axe and critical hit damage. This is really good for the ion cannon. 1 point to send it right here to buff our stimulus amon. So all phase like targets will be locked together a lot longer. I have 3 points of wrath right here to get more gun damage, even more if I pop an action skill. Then I have 3 points of from rest, and then this is the skill you need to take. You get 12% more fire rate and 44% more charge speed. This actually does work with the ion cannon. This alone lets the ion cannon charge up so much faster. Since it's charging up fast, the ion cannon is going to do a lot more damage. Definitely you need from from Rest for this build. It is so good, and you can definitely notice a difference. I have 3 points in Awakening right here to buff do harm, so we do more damage with our link targets. You can get absurd. I've seen a 13 million damage number one time. It's absolutely insane how much damage you can do with this. I have 1 point in Remnant to get down to the bottom, but this is also really good because you only need 1 point in this to pretty much get its max effectiveness. So basically when you kill an enemy, it's gonna spawn an orb to track down other enemies, and it adds extra kill damage, and you're gonna be doing a lot of extra kill damage, and this orb can do like insane amount of damage. Like I said, I've seen 13 million, 10 million, 8 million. It does a lot of damage. And if you phase grasp enemy while it's chasing somebody, it'll hit an enemy, and then you basically kill everything with the orb, and you can save rockets too. So saving rockets, the transformer, and the cut purse artifact, you pretty much always have ammo, and you're not using terror. Finally, I have 1 point in avatar right here to get 10 more rush stacks, and I can put my action skill twice for action skill in. This is really good because more rush stacks means more cooldown rate, more damage, and pop your action skill twice is obviously amazing. Then next, I'm going into Fist of Elements. I have 5 points in Infusion right here, so my Ion Cannon can do whatever element I want it to do. I can swap this between Incendiary and Shock. For things like Takedown, I would definitely recommend using Shock damage, but for general play, I would say Incendiary because most things are fleshy targets. I have 3 points Sedate Hands right here. This is to help Ion Cannon out a lot because you want handling on it, and the accuracy also I guess helps a little bit. This is going to be really good, and even helps things like the EMP5 valve make the handling even better than it already is. This is just a generally good skill. I have 5 points in Anima right here to make all my status effect damage do a lot more damage. Then I have 5 points in Tempest right here to make all our elemental damage do more damage, and shock damage just do 20% more. I have 1 point in Dread right here to get 15% more gun damage on a phase lock target. So this doesn't do harm. You pretty much kill everything, and the reason you don't need to be reloading is because the Ion Cannon already has a huge magazine since it kind of one-shots everything, and so this is going to just let you keep refilling your ammo since you're going to be popping action skill all the time, so you never have to reload the gun. I have 3 points Indiscriminate right here to get ricochets. The Ion Cannon can ricochet. When it does, you'll shoot your Ion Cannon and it'll go over and it'll just start bouncing to other enemies, and it does a lot of damage when it does that. That adds Act Clear to the build. Really don't even need anymore, but it just adds it and it's fun. So this build is insanely good. It is one of the best builds in the game. It is super good for bossing, it's super good for mobbing. The Act Clear on this build is absolutely disgusting how good it is. You don't have to take reload perks because the gun never has to reload. For bossing, you can literally two-shot things like Grave Ward. If I had a better anoint to my Ion Cannon like Phase Slam, 300% damage, and even put some skills specifically in late bear, you could 100% one-shot Grave Ward, but I just don't have those anoints yet to try it out. So basically the gist of this build is you're gonna run up to any group of enemy, phase grass the ground to get your on action skill and procs, get your more elemental damage, then phase grass one target, you know, in the center of people. It's gonna phase like everybody. You can shoot your Ion Cannon and you just destroy everything. Then you're gonna spawn an orb, and the orb is gonna start chasing down other enemies. Then you can phase grass the other enemies, and the orb's gonna hit them. And they're all gonna die. And then you can proceed to just kill the leftover enemies with your Ion Cannon. And if you need ammo, you can obviously melee people, and them shooting you also is going to refill your ammo. And once you get your cooldown back, you just keep repeating in multiple areas. It's absolutely crazy. Now for bossing, I would say get your execute pistol down to one shot. When you're getting ready to fight the boss, shoot the shot, throw the gun to add 50% debuff, pop your action skills so you can do your own action skill ends, switch to the sellout so you can shoot the ground. That's also going to apply all your action skill end elements to the sellout. So now you're applying all those elements to yourself, and you're going to have your elemental projector on for this, obviously. Whatever boss you're fighting, you have all these elements on you. They're all doing 9% more damage, and swap to the Ion Cannon. Use your action skill again to proc the 100% more damage, then melt the boss. I know that sounds like a lot, but once you see it in practice, you get the hang of it, obviously. It's little like kind of combo moves you gotta do. I use phase cast for this, so basically just shoot, reload, phase cast, shoot the sellout on the ground, switch to Ion Cannon, phase cast again, boom, destroy the boss. It's very simple with phase cast. I would highly recommend using that. But if you have the phase slam anoint, obviously use that, and it's gonna let you just destroy bosses. So ranking this build, it is definitely one of her best builds. It is definitely up there with Spiritual Driver and basically her just any phase Zerker build. I know this is pretty much technically a phase Zerker build. I was doing the takedown last night, and I got to the part where Wotan splits into the better half and his other part. I phase grassed them, and there were some enemies around, and let's just say I shot one Ion Cannon shot, and it said takedown completed. It can literally destroy things. Ties that bond and do harm is so good, especially paired with Awakening. It adds so much damage to the Ion Cannon. It's gross at how much damage it adds. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This gear is not too hard to get. I know the execute can be kind of insane to get, but generally any phase arc will work. You don't even need to use the cut purse. Deathless, any cut purse will be fine. I just like having the deathless to get the more shields. A normal transformer shield also would work, and Ion Cannon obviously is a 100% drop rate. So the gear is not that hard to get. It's going to take a little farming. As you see, my Ion Cannon, I don't even have like the greatest anoint on it. It's a decent anoint, don't get me wrong, but you can make this work without decent anoint. You can honestly not even have an anoint on your Ion Cannon and it'll be good. But that's gonna do it all for me, guys. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I hope to see you at 1,000 when we eventually get there, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.